Hello and welcome to the 11th round of this exciting SBS season, which I'm thrilled to be commentating. Sunny day here in Hungary as we begin qualifying. Here on board with the Alpine. Lovely looking car under the sun. Look at that. That is beautiful. Just what you want to see. So, we have 17 drivers today. Quite a few quick drivers here in this division. Can't count it. Very, very close as well. Axel Ritz, I believe he's high up there, might even be championship leader, or at least fighting for it. Let's get up the statistics. We'll have a look. So yes, Axel Ritz, who we are watching now, is our championship leader. Wow, what a gap, 122 points. And the gap is to Imposter Among in second, who only has 59. So that is massive. Axel Ritz, 3 wins, 1 pole, 4 podiums, 2 fastest laps, 7 races complete, 0 retirements. What a driver. Let's get the lap data up, track map. So yeah, looking at tyres, interesting one. We've got H_Hulks on mediums, Strange Ship on mediums, Jammy Dodger and Quallen Boss. Oh, speaking of Jammy Dodgers, he's not had a fun time into, I think that's out of turn 8 maybe? I'm not quite sure. Looks like he's lost it, but the Mercedes just below Jammy Dodger is on the mediums. Here we are on board Wacko Jacko with current first lap of the afternoon, but we are on board with this Ferrari man, with Axel. Lovely little left-hander there. This curb, this inside curb is notorious for spins. Might have actually been what caught Jammy Dodger out, but he does that fine through the chicane, very tight, but very tidy from the driver. Lovely, lovely flowing section, but if you do get on the curbs once again, you spin. So it is about skill round Hungary, also referred to as the Monaco with a bit of grass. Here he goes, around the final couple of corners. What kind of time is he going to put? Actually, I'm not even sure he's on a lap. No, he's well off the pace. That is my bad, but he's probably going up to a lap now. Okay. So, some quicker times are being posted. JJA goes and sets a 1:15.6. Oh, that's the Williams round. In a interesting place. Yeah, Fantasy's just struggling maybe a little bit out that. We'll call it spinny corner. Jack's in. Wacko Jacko's in. Who is on a lap? Zorro, a quick driver. Oh. Fantasy's having struggles, but he'll want to get out of the way because, yeah, here comes Axel Ritz. Yeah, he's well out the way, so that's alright. This looks like a better lap here from... Oh no, it's invalidated. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be able to... Coming around the final corner now is Zorro. Opens his DRS and he flies into P1, provisional pole, with a 1:15.455. That's 0.2 quicker than his teammate, who is P2 currently. Zorro currently P3 in the standings. he has 60 points. So yeah, still a large gap, but he's got 2 wins, 2 poles, 2 podiums, and 5 races completed. So it's looking like could be a good tussle for pole today. Everybody just coming into the pits now. Most people... Oh, that's Wacko Jacko spinning it at turn 3, I believe. 1, 2... Yeah, turn 3. Hits his rear wing. I'm not sure if that'll have given him damage. Not what you want to do. On an outlap as well. Wow. It's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Yeah, really feeling that wing damage. I would be too. Mercedes back out on the mediums. We'll have to see what he's gonna look to do. Currently without a time. He does have his ERS and DRS enabled, so we fly down towards turn 1. We'll go on board. Hits the braking zone, that's nice. Turns in just on the curb without spinning it. No wheel spin, or very minimal at least. Touches the grass there, lovely. Really maximising the track to benefit him. You can see there where people have actually cut the corner, cutting up the grass. It's not good. On the curb, through the quick left-hander that is quite easy to spin. Purple sector 1, that's a very good time. Here we go, into the really technical chicane, I feel. If you don't get the entry right, if you carry too much speed, you can hit the curb and that will buck you right up and you'll be sent flying. Not where you want to go, folks. This solo commentary is brought to you by, not Sky Sports, me, Will. So that's another purple sector. Is he on for provisional pole on the mediums? That would show some dominance. Here we go, round the final corner. Goes a little deep if anything. No, that won't be pole. It's P6. I don't know why he was getting purple sectors. He might have just had a poor final sector, but we'll see. Here goes King Arthur. Down into turn 1, that is a nice corner. Always love watching the onboard shot as they go through turn 1. Well done to the Mercedes, getting out the way nicely. Couple of yellow flags, but I believe they're just cars letting each other through. It's a good first sector time, nearly a 10th off. Oh, he went a bit deep there, to say the least, ran off curb. Yellow flags in sector 3. Oh, he's nearly spanned that through the chicane. That was pretty close, but he did manage to control it, so we'll keep going. And he slows down, yeah, invalidates. Really unfortunate, a 10th and a half up. Let's see. I believe that's Hidlex just setting. Oh, and H_Hulks goes and sets a 1:15.475. That is provisionally P2. Goes TJ Morris, round turn 3, where his teammate had his spin and off into a wall, but he's not done the same. What kind of sector 1 time will he set? 27.2, not the quickest we've seen. Oh, and he's invalidated. So unfortunate. Oh! Bart Boys nearly span it in the pit lane. Here goes Friezo. Just beginning his sector 2 round. I'm not sure if that is turn 8, but it could be. Here we go, into the chicane. Always lovely to watch that. Drivers are actually driving on the grass with one part of their outside tyre. Trying to really extend the... Oh, I'm going to span that there. That was close. Oh, it's 2/10 down on this time. Yellow flags in sector 3. That is... Oh! Oh no! Oh, that's so unfortunate. The snap of oversteer, he tries to correct it and he ends up just binning it in the pit lane divider. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Watch out for that one in the race. That could happen again, you know. So car's going to have to be careful. Can't run wide through there, else I'll be in the back of him. Zorro currently on a lap, I believe, going through the middle of sector 2. Looking like a good lap here. Oh, he runs wide, I believe. Yeah, that's invalidated. Whilst 2/10 up. Although he did invalidate 2/10, that's a good amount of time to have up. Wow, he's showing speed and power. So folks, hope you are enjoying this live presentation of F1 Round 11, Hungary, SBS Division 4. It's great to have you watching. Axel Roots, 5/10 up, so not going to be on a proper lap, I don't think. Both Williams running 15th and 16th. It's not what they want to be doing, especially not what I want to be seeing as the Williams driver of Div 2. Sweet Ross, yeah, seems to be on a lap. About 100th down on his time, but you can improve anywhere around this track, I feel. So as we saw there, Jack the cool fella spinning it out of the penultimate corner and DNFing here with, oh, he's left, that's not good, with what I believe to be less than 10 minutes to go, so people will be looking for their final few laps. Oh, and that's a massive crash into the wall goes Strange Ship. Gonna have to be careful for Freezy, nearly hits him. Or actually ghosted through him. But that was a massive spin and then crash into the wall. You can see the debris behind. Not what you want to be doing, and he will be at best 13th for the race. Wow. Here we are on board with Freezy. Nearly spins it there. Yeah, 3/10 up on his time. So we will go on board with Zorro. He seems to be pretty quick. Actually, no. We'll go on with his teammate, I'm sorry. JJA_73, round turn 1. I wonder what his lap will be looking like. DRS open. Here he goes. Down into turn 3. No spin, so that's good. Through turn 4, right on the curb. And then the little right-hander before the sharp left-hander. Yeah, look at that. Keeping it close to the curb, but not on it. 'Cause you know what happens when you get on those curbs. They are deadly. Through there. Lovely, lovely. Oh, well that was out of the blue. Quallen is the boss. Goes and sets a 1:15.258. Oh, 4/10 up is JJA. purple middle sector. The track seems to be getting a lot faster now. 4/10 would currently put him provisional pole, I believe, or just off it. So, good final corner. Let's see where he will go. Looking to cross the line, and that is provisional pole with a 1:15.180. Now, what can his teammate do? Oh, he's invalidated it when he was 2/10 up as well. Hidlex invalidated. Oh, nearly a spin from Sui Ross. Axel Ritz is about 1/10.5 up on his time, but he's gonna need more than that. Well, nearly, actually more than a second if he's to go and put it on provisional pole. Well, he's gone and got half a second there. Jeez, he's really picking up the pace. Through the penultimate corner, gets a little bit on the curb and has to straighten the wheel out. Not really what you want to do. And we're struggling to keep it in. Here we go, DRS enabled, accelerates, and that's P3 for him. Zorro's going to be on another lap. Very quick driver, but he does have a tendency to actually invalidate. So, we'll be on board with him. Let's see what it'll be. Through Sector 1, purple flashes as he's about 1/10 up on his time already. Into the chicane, gonna watch his pace. Yeah, lovely through there. On the curb for the exit to maximise the track. Through what I call quite open chicanes, they're quite spread out, but oh, 0.322 seconds, and that's another purple sector. With qualifying finished, these drivers will be finishing their laps now. So here goes Zorro. Can he go and take provisional pole? He's going to do it. It's a 1:14.994. Provisional pole by a great little lap. Yeah, nearly 2/10 to his teammate. However, his teammate, yeah, 13 seconds. His quali is done. So is Axel Ritz. But here goes Hulks, who had a purple sector too, apparently. So we'll see what's going on there as he comes around the final corner. Oh no! P2 by 0.004 of a second. He nearly ended up in the wall and had to settle for P2. That is not what you want to see. And JJ_73 goes into the pits. And imagine what a lap that would have been if he didn't have a half spin that nearly sent him into a wall. King Arthur is in. With only Fantasy, and he's invalidated. So Fantasy will be 15th. What a qualifying session that was. Loads of fun to watch and commentate. So our pole sitter is Zorro with a 1:14.994. Really close between him and H_Holtz, who had a 1:14.998, who I believe would have had a quicker time if he didn't nearly bin it in a wall on the final corner. Then it's Zorro teammate JJA_73 who set a 1:15.180. That's your top three. And fourth it's Quallen, fifth it's Axel, the championship leader, sixth is King, so Ferrari doing well, 5-6. Hidlex is 7th, Sui Ross is 8th, Ignis is 9th, Friezo is 10th, Bartboy 11th, TJ Morris 12th, Strange Ships 13th, Wacko Jacko 14th, Fantasy 15th, Jack the Cool Fella 16th, Jammy Dodger 17th to round it out. Thoughts on qualifying? really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. That was great to watch. Looking really competitive for the race, as well as potential for a few spins, a few crashes. Yeah. So, who am I going to put my bets on to win the race? If I had to, I think I would go with... Are we ready? I'm going to go with Zorro. Pole, I know he's a great driver in the race. So, I'd go with him. Just because he has so much raw pace, not only in qualifying, but also in the race. So yeah, that's my reasoning for Zorro. And he will lead us away for the formation lap. Goes quickly off the start. Oh, is that a not starter? No start? Yeah. Looks like Alf Jack didn't really start. So that's interesting. What you love to see. So pit stop strategy is the one stop, soft to hards, pitting laps 7 to 9, or the two stop, pitting from soft to medium around lap 6 to 9. But play of safety car, it might become more than a two stop for most drivers. Zorro's got quite the gap to P2 with an even larger gap to third. That doesn't look like 10 car lengths, I'll tell you that much for free, and he's practically stopped on track after noticing. Yeah, his teammate just really slowing everything down. Not sure if that would hinder or actually help Zorro. I'd say probably the first one, hindering him with the colder tyres that he'll be forced if he's sitting on the grid. Oh, well, that's JJ spinning it. Maybe his tyres were too warm. So, is that someone that just pulled into the pits? I'm not sure. Okay then. So, starting on the mediums, we have everyone from Bartboy in 11th down to Jack the Cool Fella in 16th, and then Jammy Dodger is on the hards, and 18th Volta Reflex is on the softs. And then our top 10 obviously on the softs. Here we go. Five red lights. And it's lights out and away we go to round 11. Here in Hungary. Gets a good start here, Zorro. Sweet Ross gets a good one, and it's 3 or 4 wide through the first corner. Oh, and that's both Ferraris running wide here. Straight off the start. People are making moves, and that's Ferrari on Ferrari, side by side through turn 3. He's been forced off track by his own teammate. And that's let Freezy get through. Great racing off the start. Let's just have a look at position changes. Look at that. Sweet Ross up 4 positions. Volta Reflex, who did not compete in qualifying, up to 13. That's up 5 positions. Wacko Jacko up 4. Freezy up 3. So Zorro still leads. The top 3 are unchanged. Sweet Ross will be looking to change that though, with first lap real speed for him. Sorry, obviously fastest lap. Oh, and that's Wacko Jacko, I believe, going wide. But that is pits. People are coming into the pits. And he's Sebastian Vettel'd him. TJ Morris with the Sebastian Vettelness. There goes Volta, pitting onto the mediums and getting a new wing. In comes Fantasy for the same. I believe Morris also had the same. So everyone's just apparently staying in a single file train, but there is starting to spread as Wacko Jacko starts to form his little train. And actually, Zorro, nearly a second. Oh, and that's a spinner. That's Bart Boy out. And yeah, he's just span it. We'll try and get on board with Volta to have a look. But no plans for safety car just yet, folks. But yeah, he's just span it out of that corner where we watched Volta go through. Now 1 second is the gap between first and second, which will be to music to Zorro's ears. As he starts to punch a hole in the timesheets to try and get away, because being in the second round here is not what you want. Although with its difficulty to overtake, track position is probably key. Here's Sweet Ross really applying the pressure on his teammate. And there's another spinner! It's Jammy Dodger DNFing! Lost it out of the sharp left-hander. And that is a VSC. So probably quite good for Zorro. It allows his teammate to stay in front of Sweet Ross, meaning that he's going to get held up, allowing Zorro to get away. So that is interesting. That's Fantasy's pit again for more mediums. And that is Zorro who decides to pit. As well as... Oh, Ignis gets a 5-second time penalty for severe collision. Yep, here goes Zorro. Mediums on. Looking like he's going to two-stop. Remember, I did say look for the two-stop coming in around lap 6. With the VSC, it's much reduced time that is lost under pitting, so he'll be probably quite happy with that. 2 laps earlier, but it's not too bad. And that's a drive-through for Hidlix as the safety VSC ends. Not what he would have wanted. Only man with penalties as we watch Freezy nearly spin it. He gets an aggressive snap of oversteer. And that is yellow flags in sector 2 and 3. Wondering who that is. I believe it's... yeah, it's just a DNF from... yeah, Fantasy's just pulled over. Not racing anymore. Wacko Jacko 3 seconds for multiple warnings. The Alpine, currently leading the pack, has about a 1.3 second gap to JJA. And then Sweet Ross, DRS open, but this train won't really help anybody really make moves. They're all about 5-6 tenths away from each other, so... oh, there's Zorro that goes past strange ships as he pits and gets a new wing. That's Hidlix in. Probably for his drive-through penalty. Zorro looking to catch up to the back of Wacko Jacko as for Volta Reflex goes and sets a 119.024. Fastest of the race. That's yellow flags down at turn 1. Not too sure what's going on there, but they've gone back green, so mustn't have been anything too serious. Here we go, look at this awesome helicopter shot as they enter the final few corners. Sue Ross, 6/10 away. Can the move be done? JJA not going to get DRS, I don't think. Let's have a look. No, he doesn't. So Sue Ross will be looking for the move. He's going to go to the inside. No, he's not. He's going to choose to sit behind him. As Zorro then sets the fastest lap. The 119 flat. As he goes past Wacko Jacko easily before turn 1. Sue Ross wishing he could have had that much of an easy overtake on his teammate. Oh no, he hasn't. My bad, that looked like lag, sorry. It looks like, yeah, I believe lag occurred. Very, very close from 7th to 1st. All split by, yeah, about 4 seconds. Really close from 4th to 1st, and that's JJA with a 3-second time penalty. Not what he would have wanted. Now 4/10 to JJA, but JJA will have DRS. If anything, it'll be the Alpine, still leading, but he may be under pressure. And that is Freezy into pit, lap 7. Maybe going for the one stop. Nobody makes a move. Or am I wrong? Nope, that's just Zorro passing Freezy in the pits. Another 3-second time penalty goes on the board. This time it's for Iglis. Jack the Cool Fella up to 9th. The two Ferraris running very closely together. Oh, and that's a spin. Sweet Ross is into the wall. It's a massive crash. And he's got no wing. He'll struggle to get that one back to the garage. And that will really cost him. It's that sharp left-hander. It's like the little shuffle to the right. And then sharp turning on the right-hander. It sends a few of the drivers. Sweet Ross cuts a chicane. He's like, no thanks, I can't make it through there. And he's holding Wacko Jacko up, who just sends it down his inside. Oh, Sweet Ross goes quite wide. Almost for a second thought he was going to go into a barrier. Now, will King Arthur look for the move on his teammate? Currently only 7/10 away, but further up the field, just 2/10. Here goes JJ for the lead of the race. Sticks it down the inside. And the switchback. Oh, they've touched. Potential for damage. No, it looks like his wing is intact. But he tried the switchback and ended up rear-ending him. But it's really close. But it also seems that this Alpine's tyres have just gone off. And that is Ignis out. And that is a full safety car, the first of the night, after retirement in 3rd sector. Probably blocks the entry to the pits a little bit. Sweet Ross makes a pit. Is that bad for him? He's got a new front wing, new medium tyres, which he'll be looking to take deep into this race, under the safety car, so it might not be that bad. JJA will probably benefit. If anything, Zorro will potentially struggle, but I think everyone's that close now that he will get out in front, or he might even pit for hards. Yep, Zorro decides to stay out. But everyone else, all of these soft runners are into the pits. It'll be interesting to see what happens next. Will Zorro get out ahead of his teammate? Yes, he does. That's alright, but they will be on the fresher tyres. So that is interesting. Okay then, so lap 10 out of 35. Currently Zorro leads once again. However, lots of people now have 5 lap fresher tyres. Poor Wacko Jacko P2, 9 lap old tyres. Wow, not what you want to see. And he's got a penalty, I believe. Yeah, 6 seconds. So, quite interesting. Everybody is on the mediums except for King Arthur, who will be looking to go to the end on those hard set of tyres. And race control say safety car is in this lap, so Zorro will be slowing down this pack. And look at that helicopter shot, just what you want to see. Pack's starting to bunch up a bit, but it's actually quite spread out in relation to most safety car restarts. Here he goes, round the final corner. When's he going to go? And he goes. Here he goes. And that's Wacko Jacko, nearly bins it in a wall off the restart. Not what he would have wanted. As he's getting passed by the fresh-tired fresh-tired medium runners. And that is the Alpine round the outside, really showing that 9 lap fresher tyres matter. And now Quellian, he's gonna go looking for the move, but can't quite get it done. Is he gonna send it into this left-hander that's notorious for causing issues? No, he's not. That is smart to not go up the inside there. Freezy gets past. And H Locos is actually dropping back from the leader. Maybe just needs to get his tyres worn a little bit so that they actually come into effect. And Friezo gets a penalty. And that's Axel Ritz, the championship leader, causing yellow flags at the back of the grid. Ooh, round the outside, he's gonna look for the move, but that's a long, long way round, and he's not gonna get it done. And now there's moves being made as that's JJ passing Wacko Jacko. And Freezy's going to look for the move. On board with him as Wacko Jacko hits JJ as he goes off track, braking way too late. Nearly doing a Bottas from real life. That's Axel Ritz into the pits. Wacko Jacko's gone from 2nd to 10th in 2 laps. Really poor from him. Poor decision down at turn 1 to brake that late as well. Not what Red Bull will be wanting to see. Here's King Arthur. Usually looks quite quick, but running in 7th, obviously on the hard tyres, he's not going to be as quick as some people around here. But he's just got to play the long game, and as I said earlier, track position around here, due to its difficult nature of overtakes, it could be quite good. And that Stranger ships off into the barrier, I believe, or at least the runoff. No, he still has a wing, so I'd say he's just gone into the runoff. Really unfortunate for him. DRS is enabled, but that's not going to be needed, as the second is already, as the gap is already to over a second between the race leader and second. Now his Strange ships in. He must have had front wing damage that couldn't be seen by the naked eye. It's interesting now. Will another safety car come out that will play into the strategies of some of the older tired cars looking to get off those mediums and onto a fresh set? But if you're the fresh tired mediums and a safety car comes out, do you not also pit? So I think probably they can probably do around 20 laps, I'd say. That's TJ Morris, another 3-second time penalty. Sorrow currently commanding lead from 2nd place. But his tyres will start to go, and 2nd might begin to creep back into DRS range. Currently, JJ looking like he could be making a move here. Here goes Hidlex, actually. No, he decided not to go for the move. It looked as if he pulled out and then made a really late decision to come back in. He's gonna use DRS down here, down into turn 3. King Arthur goes much deeper and wider than Hidlex, maybe showing the grip levels, but how superior the mediums are. Hidlex can't find a way through there as we follow them into the notorious corner. Look at the curb on the inside. You do not want to be touching that. It's as scary as it actually is. Through the chicane, King Arthur's actually got away a little bit. But just behind Hidlex is Swee Ross, having his spin earlier. He's managed to recover back into the points and he's in 9th. JJ just 4 tenths away. However, Volta might have DRS. No, he doesn't, so JJ will be looking for the move as Volta is harvesting ERS. He's not going to bother fighting that one. And JJ gets through easily. Hidlex ends up staying behind King Arthur, and Sweet Ross drops off a bit. Quillian has the fastest lap. Don't know if you guys saw that, I forgot to mention it, but he just took it this lap with 20 laps remaining here at Hungary. Lovely little track. Yeah, the front 3 spreading out quite a bit. 1.3 seconds and then another 2 seconds, and even further 2.6 seconds. JJA, he has caught to the back of Freezy. Those 2-lap fresher mediums may be helping him quite a bit. We know he's rather quick round here, so be looking for the overtake, as Freezy definitely does not have DRS, but he's also dragging along Volta Reflex. Here we go. He's gonna pull to the inside. Here he goes. No, he does not. He decides to stick behind. He sent me about 3 times with the pull to the inside and then sends it back to not overtake. And they go side by side. Of course he goes to make the overtake, but I believe it will stick. Yeah, doesn't seem to have an illegal. But, oh gosh, that was bold from him going through there. As we have... Oh! And that's Freezy actually... Maybe he's got a bit of damage from the move. King Arthur, Volta, all getting penalties, but Freezy's actually really struggling now. After getting overtaken, he's dropped 2 positions in a corner and has Hidlix right on the back of him. But the bravery shown by JJA to go into that sharp left-hander side by side and make the move was immense, as well as to not actually touch the other car, or so I believe. Now Freezy is gonna make an attempt. Yeah, here he goes down the inside, and space will be given by King Arthur, but Freezy can't get the move done. And that is yellow flags. It's Hidlix who span out of turn 1, and that is safety car. I think everyone's going to be pitting now. Yeah, he's just span it into the right hand barrier and then rolled the car back onto the track. But I think most people will pit now. Look for mediums. I think fresh mediums would probably last. If you think about it, it'll only be about 15 laps of racing. Currently, stops wise, everybody's made at least 1 stop except for Jack the Cool Fella. Axel Ritz 3 stops, Strange Ships 4 stops. Wow. So is Zorro pitting? Yes, Zorro will pit. What tyres will everybody go on to? Yep, the Alpine is in, Mercedes in, JJA is in, so Alfa Romeo will be double stacking it. Volta Reflex in, Frenzy in. King Arthur stays out on his hards. He's going to look to go to the end on those ones. Both McLarens in. So, yep, fresh mediums for Zorro, fresh mediums for Hulks, fresh mediums for everybody, except for Wacko Jacko, who's pit, I think, the lap before, I believe. TJ Morris goes on to hard. Strange decision there. Yeah, Jack the Cool Fella onto hards. Maybe doesn't think they will actually last. But I'm sure the hards can last. But you'd think surely pit onto the mediums, a faster compound tyre, and potentially fight the way through the grid and look for a podium, rather than just going onto the hards and trying to hold them off. Oh, and he's disconnected. And that is Freezy DNFing. Not sure what's happened to him. Yeah, he's just pulled over. But Zorro goes through the ghosted car of King Arthur. Surprising. So, safety car stays out for another lap, and that is... yeah, King Arthur will pit. Getting off those hard tyres, but at what cost? Probably should have done it when everybody else pit last lap. He's going to be right down the order. That is really strange from the Ferrari team. Currently, this is looking like potentially a four-way scrap for the lead. So although JJA does have a 3-second time penalty, he is quick. And I wouldn't be surprised if he could maybe fight his way through, you never know. Front two crash out, he's right there. But to be honest, I think it will be much the same that we have already seen this race as of Zorro and Hulks just pulling away from Quallen, who pulls away from JJA, leaving them to just fight. And that is the Williams and Red Bull doing battle under VSC. Wacko Jacko trying to overtake Jack the Cool Fella. I'm not sure why. And he's caused an incident, which is not good. I hope he's proud of himself. Here we go. Safety car is in this lap. Zorro is gonna exit the corner, accelerates, and he is going. Look at that. On board with JJA, they're all following each other really close, and here's Volta Reflex down the outside of JJA, who's going to get him around the outside. Cuts across really aggressively, doesn't touch him, but jeez, could have killed the man. Lovely little battles going on here. Wacko Jacko, another 3-second time penalty. Axel Ritz, he goes for it. He initially backed out, but Wacko Jacko gave silly amounts of space, ran wide, and he just took him. And that is H_Hulks, who has span it, maybe got damage as well. And what did I say? Straight away, these guys are all in the fight for potentially first, if they can keep up with Zorro, who already has a 1.3 second gap, so I'd say they can't. Which means a 3-way fight for second and third. Most unlikely candidate to actually get that podium position would be JJA, due to Sweet Ross being right behind him, who would swoop in and potentially overtake both Volta and JJA on penalties. Yeah, 3 and 3. So yeah, Volta seems to have more pace than Quallen here, and is actually looking to maybe get past and try and get 3 seconds on the Mercedes driver. JJA just slipping back almost, where Sweet Ross probably quite comfortable to just sit there in his second. 1.5 is the gap to Zorro as he speeds off. I'd say into the sunset, but it's not quite set. So he speeds off towards that first place victory. Looking like a bit of a scrap going down at penultimate corners. Zorro gets fastest lap. And here we go. Anybody gonna make moves? No, I don't believe so. Nearly 2 seconds is the gap for Zorro. Really commanding it. Colt are just half a second behind Quallen. It's a really, really interesting end to a race. Come on, Alfa Romeo, say Alfa Romeo SBS. Well, currently they're doing superb. Zorro convincingly leads this race, as he has done for most of it, if not all, except for one part where he pit before everyone else under VSC. His main challenger for the race, the Alpine, who's currently sat in 6th, really just 3 seconds away from anyone, kind of just alone now. Struggling out there, but JJA looking to maybe snatch the final podium spot. DRS enabled down the straight, he'll have it for the short one between 1 and 2. Or between 3, I'm guessing. Yeah, I think it's 3. Yeah, here he goes. But no one's really close enough to make moves here. And that's another 3 seconds for TJ Morris. So we go and have a look at penalties. Not penalties, sorry, tyres. So most people from 6th to 1st, 4-lap old mediums. Axel Ritz, 3 seconds time penalty. The championship leader not having the best of races. Oh! And that's Quallen, he span it! It's a massive spin in one of the most unlikely places. Not really out of the exit of the first right-hander in Sector 3. Almost as if he turned in and the back end just ceased to exist. Really, really strange. Manages to keep all 4 wheels intact, and he'll really probably be quite upset by that. Solid P2 been abolished. He's now out of the points, down in P12, and yes, he retires the car from the session. Wow. The Alfa Romeo current podium looks to be on. Just 9/10 needed for JJ, and he's got a podium for Alfa Romeo. Zorro just needs to keep his car pointing in the right direction. However, Sweet Ross, he is quick, so JJ will need something special to actually get away. And that's another spinner. It's TJ Morris on the hard tyres, known for their lack of grip. Spins it. No damage, I think. So he will keep going. Potentially JJ is going to look for the move. Bit far back now, but the DRS is helpful. Looks to the inside, but decides better of it. Wise move. Yeah, if he can keep the gap at 4/10, 3/10 for the whole of the lap, there should be no reason why he doesn't go in overtake P2, but that gap's already back to 6/10, and that is TJ Morris who retires it, bringing out yellow flags in Sector 3, but nothing more. And so everyone that finishes will be getting points. So we're just watching on board. It is about 5/10 the gap. So potential for the move, maybe a late lunge at this rate. Although it's actually going down low 4/10. Nope, back up to 5/10. It's really fluctuating. And potentially further down the order, stranger ships might be looking for the move on Axel Ritz. But here we go, 5/10 is the gap at the start of the straight. Here goes JJ. Nope, he's not going to be close enough. Yeah, you kind of need it below 4/10. You need a good exit. And you really need to plant that pedal to the metal. As Stranger Ships does get past. But the switchback attempt from Axel Ritz. It's great little fighting down the order. Down into turn 3, nothing more of the fight. As Stranger Ships gets him. Lovely little battle that was. Nearly 7/10 is the gap now for JJ, so it's looking less likely that he will be able to get the move. But currently, Sui Ross, 2.9 seconds, there's 3 seconds. He's currently not on for a podium anymore. Although it is fluctuating, it's right on the line. So he'll be lucky. 'Cause he's got no DRS, so JJ is just using Volta to get towed away. Looks to the inside, but decides better of it. Done it a few times now. But he's actually really close out of turn 1. Maybe looking for a move down here. No, he can't quite get the exit to propel him close enough to the car ahead. So no move made. Just a waiting game almost here for JJ, and there's a spinner. The championship leader is out, and that's a full course safety car. As now we're on board with King Arthur, his teammate. Yeah, he's just span it out of the chicane. Snap of oversteer, I'm guessing. Tried to autocorrect and lost it, but in come the front two with their slender advantage over the rest of the grid. They will be looking to go onto the softs for a quick sprint to the end of the race. JJA stays out, same as Sui Ross, but at what cost? Because Zorro is going to be right there behind Sui Ross and JJA as soon as after safety car restarts. I don't think JJ and Sui Ross have made the right decision there. So now, how is JJ meant to keep Volta and H. Hawks behind? I think he could have thrown away any podium chance for Alfa Romeo, but obviously Zorro's still looking for the win. But he will have to overtake JJ and Sui Ross, but I believe JJ would probably just let his teammate through. But you'd never know, never know. So it will be interesting because Strange Ships decided to go and pit onto the softs, so he'll have 3 cars ahead of him that haven't pit. I believe they have all disconnected as well, yep, except for Jacko, who's back to his games of trying to get the AI to stop so it lets him through, which is cheating effectively. Just watch on board. It's basically what the AI does. It thinks, oh no, I'm going to crash into him. Obviously it's not, it's ghosting. It'll stop, and then the game will go, oh, he's going too slow, let's let Wacko Jacko through, and then Wacko Jacko gets the free position. Like, he's probably going to get it anyway off the safety car restart, because the AI are only 88 difficulty, but it's not very fair on the other drivers kind of thing. So lap 29. Will the safety car come in? Yes, it will. JJA this time, the other Alfa Romeo driver, will be restarting. Let's see if he has a similar approach to his teammate, going fairly early. What's going on here? And oh, Wacko Jacko's done it. Well done, Wacko. Really proud of you. I hope you're proud of yourself as well. Here we go. Oh, and JJ span it! Just too much on the power. And Sweet Ross is now restarting us all of a sudden. What a change that was. And he's not had the best of starts. Zorro will be looking for the move, but alongside him is Volta. 3 wide into turn 1. Zorro up the inside. And he's got him. Whilst defending from Volta, who is side by side. There's yellow flags. It's Wacko Jacko who span it quite karmatically. Karma. It's the same thing. And Volta has got past Sweet Ross after about 5 corners. What did I say? Oh, and there goes Hulks. Sweet Ross, bad cool. Really bad cool. He's back to P4 where he was. But Stranger Ships will be looking for the overtake. JJA, yeah, straight. He's in 6th. Struggling a bit on those mediums. Sorrow, fastest sector 2. He will be looking to pull away from every single driver that's remaining. And so he will. The gap already 7 tenths pretty much. And across the line, sets fastest lap, a 1:17.299. He's getting quicker because he's on the softs with little fuel. Lap 31 out of 35, not many to go. As that Strange Ships past Sweet Ross at turn 1. Sweet Ross has now lost a position when he could have just gone in the into the pit lane and then come out P4 with the fresh softs. And after JJ's spin, he would have been P3, but obviously having to fight these guys for it. So currently though, Volta has a time penalty of 3 seconds. And so that is about to P4. If the race was to end with these timings, he would go P4. Meaning Strange Ships would just get P3. So that's interesting. Zorro even faster by about a tenth. Just a little bit more than that. The grid's really starting to spread out. About 1.3 seconds gap from Zorro to Volta. And that's Sweet Ross with a 3-second time penalty. So he'll have no hope of cashing in on Volta's penalty, but I don't think he would have been close enough. No, definitely not. He's actually feeling the pressure from JJA. That's the Mercedes of Strange Ship running wide, as well as Sweet Ross allowing JJA to get through, and he's up to P5. After his unfortunate spin, he is up to P5. Yeah, really spread out between the top 3 and 4, and then an even larger gap to P5, where Sweet Ross and JJ are fighting for it, but not really fighting, kind of just sat there, driving around. Volta gets a 3-second time penalty. So what is that now? 6 seconds? That is not what you want to see, because, yeah, that's got Strange, yeah. He will be out of the podium position if he doesn't get the time that is needed, which is about 3 seconds. Oh, okay. Okay, that's my bad. I'm sorry, Wacko Jacko. So you were just trying to get... Oh, okay. Yep, that's my bad. I thought you were trying to glitch past them. I just sat there watching you going, right, he's trying to glitch through them. I'm sorry, mate. Yeah, it's very intense here, but without being intense. There's no late dive bombs, it's just all about the timing screen and seeing how these penalties will affect. I'm just trying to see. I think JJ, no, he doesn't actually, unless if he had no 3 seconds, was on fresh softs, I'd say he might have a chance of getting within that 6 seconds, but the worn mediums with 3 seconds, he's got no hope unless there's a spin. But currently, everyone will be getting points that have finished, so not bad races for the individuals here that are still going. Now Hulks will be looking for the move, can't get it down this DRS, not really a straight, so he will have to wait until the next lap unless he gets a really good run out of the corner. Potentially go side by side, but that's not likely round here. And now here goes Zorro. He's coming up to the penultimate corner of this last lap. He's been dominant in qualifying, dominant in the race. Nobody could keep up with him. Round the final corner. Here he comes for another win this season. Zorro gets P1 here in Hungary, with Hulks getting P2, Strange Ship P3, rounding out the podium. Volta getting P4, JJA getting P5 for the Alfa Romeo, making it a 1-5, the most consistent team in finishing currently. And McLaren with Sui Ross coming 6th, King Arthur 7th, Wacko Jacko 8th, was it? Or was he 9th? We will have a quick look in a second. Volta gets driver of the day, coming from P18 to get a very respectable P4. Well done to him. So there you have it, folks. It was Jack the Cool Fella P8 and Wacko Jacko P9. Thank you for tuning in to this excellent race here around Hungary, round 11 of the SBS Division 4 season. It's great having you. It was great fun commentating. Thank you and good night.